when you're selling or listing a property, I want to see it everywhere. I want to get it out in the market. I want everybody to see it. I want it to be, prime front real estate.
We're the Gillen Group. Put your home in the hands of experts. Hey guys, Ryan Gillen with the Gillen Group, team leader here, and I'm here with Chad Burleson. He's a new agent on our team, but he's not new by any means when it comes to real estate. Chad, how long have you been in the real estate buying and selling business?
I've been buying and selling for 17, 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing new, but he is new to our team, and we're super excited to have him. And we're just going to go over the topic of what do you look for in a real estate agent and some traits and characteristics about that. So what would be the first trait that you look for in a real estate agent?
I think that's a really good question, and I think that's a question that a lot of people probably don't have an answer for. I think it's really very important to understand who it is that you're going to be doing business with. And I have had some experience buying and selling homes, and so I've had a bunch of different agents that I've worked with over time. And I've there's been good agents and mediocre agents, and you kind of take one thing from one and see where one might be lacking. Oh, I wish that person did this a little bit better. So for me, first and foremost is professionalism and trustworthiness. I think trust is huge in any type of real estate transaction. Trust is huge in any transaction, really. I want my realtor to be professional, reliable, trustworthy. I expect them to prioritize my interests, maintain confidentiality, and just act ethically throughout the process.
The barrier of entry for real estate is very, very little. Take 120 hours, you take 2 tests, you're a real estate agent. I always say you're not really a real estate agent yet until you've really learned the process, but being ethical and making sure that people are doing the right thing for their clients is not as easy as people would think, because the right thing might be advising someone to not buy a property, and an inexperienced agent or an unprofessional agent might not even be able to say no to a property because, one, they've never made a sale before, so they get super excited about the commission check, or they have no knowledge that it is a bad purchase. So that's where going in to make sure that the professionalism is there and you can lean on them, I would say, is a great
absolutely.
option. So what would be the next trait that you're thinking?
For me, I like to be in the know. So I think excellent communication skills. An effective communicator is vital to any type of transaction of this magnitude. I want my realtor to listen to my needs, understand my preferences, and really just kind of like guide me through the process. I want to know the progress that we're making every single day. Where are we at in the deal? What is our next step going to be? I think everybody wants to be heard, and nobody wants to be left in the dark. So I think just having that clear, concise communication is going to go a really long way, establish trust, and also just help smooth out the experience.
It's really interesting you say that, because I've done this for 10 years now, and we've done a couple thousand deals, and there's no 2 clients that are the same, and they all want to be communicated differently. So communicating at the start of the process and saying, hey, how do you want to be communicated to? Some people say, sell the house, let me know what price you get, and let me know where I need to close. Yeah. And then some people are saying, hey, I want to be talked through each day. So it's to have that upfront conversation is fantastic, and that agent that's willing to do it and adjust their process to you is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the next trait we're looking for?
I think you'll like this one. Strong negotiation skills.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
I want like a master negotiator. I want someone in there to just, do everything they can, advocate for my best interests, get me the best price, give me the best terms. Yeah. And I think that's our job, right? We're representing the client. We're their voice. We're going to be there for them. So it's our job to get them the best of everything. I want to get them the best house, the best neighborhood, at the best price, the best terms, and just deliver that.
And I think what's really important about that is having an agent that can take the emotion out of the deal. So if the client is going to be emotional because they're emotionally attached to the deal, or it's a longer process, or maybe things came up on the inspection, it's the realtor's job to take that emotion out of play and come up with a great strategy to make them come out as winners. And they might say, the client said, well, I'm going to blow this deal up. I'm done with it. well, hey, hold on a second. Let's see if we can do this, this, and this. So taking that emotion out of play with the negotiations is always very important to get that client the best deal.
Yeah, I think it's a business decision either way. You know, like you said, it's emotional. At the same time, that's important to look at it from a business perspective.
Absolutely.
Is it the right investment for both parties?
Absolutely. Is it for both parties? Yep, absolutely. So let's keep moving. What's the next one?
I'm looking for somebody who's has really good ability to market and promote my listing. Someone with a good network. You know, I think that when you're selling or listing a property, I want to see it everywhere. You know, I want to get it out in the market. I want everybody to see it. I want it to be prime front real estate. So if you can market on various channels like online platforms, social media, traditional ads, and just word of mouth marketing, really. Yeah. I think having a network of contacts inside the industry is going to help you, expose your home to more buyers and also help you find more properties, which I think is awesome, being here. Yeah. We have a team of agents, with ready, willing, able buyers who are, ready to pull the trigger if the right deal presents itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say this is a very important question you ask this agent, because if they don't have a unique plan for you, for your marketing strategy and how they're going to get your house out, or buying strategy, how they're going to find you the property deal, they're probably just hoping we find something on the MLS, or someone sells the house for me when we put it on the MLS. And so asking unique questions about their marketing strategy and what systems and processes they have in place. For us here at the Gillen Group, we have professional marketers. We have professional companies that come in. We have JC who does our marketing for us. We have multiple different people. And then also, we all are sitting around talking about our deals, trying, who's got this for this, what, and that's very important. So that individual agent usually doesn't have that. So it's always nice to ask those questions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that, like I said, I think it gives us a huge advantage.
Huge advantage. And it's a huge advantage for our clients, buyers and sellers. That's what we're saying the advantages for is it's great for us, but the advantages for the buyer and seller, people are always like, well, it's a low inventory market. How are we going to find something? And I'm like, we'll make it work. Yeah. We'll figure something out for you. Right. And we'll get on the phones and figure out how we can market your property or market yourself as a buyer. So, yeah. What's the next one?
So, you're busy. I'm busy. We have families going to kids' sports teams. We have full-time jobs. So for me, I look for somebody who's going to be responsive and available. When I want to see that house, I want to see that house. I can't just do it, sometimes on Saturday at 10 a.m. I might have, back-to-back baseball games or something, right? So I'm looking for the agent who's responsible and available. A lot of real estate transactions involve time-sensitive decision-making, right?
Absolutely.
So I need my realtor to get back to me with any questions I might have, any concerns I might have, and, which is something that you might want to think about when you are interviewing an agent. Is this agent a full-time agent?
And so for you, and your kids don't play one baseball game a weekend, right?
No. If we're lucky, we play 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. And guess what? The realtor that you hire probably has a life too. So do they have the systems in place to handle the responsibility? Do they have the systems in place where if they can't go at 10 a.m. on Saturday, they have a team around them to be able to go? So you're not working around their schedule, they're working around your schedule, because ultimately you're the client. So yes, realtors do have lives sometimes. I've developed a little bit more of a life lately than what I did earlier in my career, but at the same time, we always have had systems around and backup plans to make sure that we do not lose out on a house for you because of my schedule. And that's super important. Yeah. That's super important. And that going back to that communication thing as well. But having that system in place, and you're going to find out really quickly if that realtor is a one-man band and can't handle their responsibility. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. What do you got next?
Local market knowledge. Yeah. If I'm buying at a place which I'm not familiar with as a client, then my realtor's got to be the expert. Yeah. Right? I think the realtor needs to be involved and have a high level of knowledge in the current market trends, property values, neighborhood dynamics, school districts, amenities. I'm coming in blind in many instances, right? And so who am I going to lean on? I'm leaning on the expert who knows the area. Hey, what's the best school district? Well, here's some scores. Or hey, what's this neighborhood like? Oh, okay, this, and this. I need to be educated before I make a decision on where I'm going to go. So I think just knowing the market, knowing where to go, where to buy is going to be extremely helpful for me as a client.
We add local into our sign,
Yeah.
and the reason we say local is because we know this area very well. We know our areas that you're shopping in very well, and I think it's important that you lean on us and what we know about where we think the market's going in a property. So yeah, local real estate experts is exactly what we want to be. It's important to make sure that person understands your area. Now, it doesn't have to be where they know where who lives in every single house and the neighbors and the dynamics, because like you could move to a neighborhood and all of a sudden all the neighbors move in 2 years and they move. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the overall dynamics of a city. Where do we think it's going? Is it an upward trend or is it downward trend? So, and we can get all those analytics for you. We have all the different types of apps that can show you every grade of school. We can get you safety grades, everything like that. So whatever you need, we can provide that for you.
Yeah.
So
I think that's extremely helpful. Especially somebody coming into a city that's new. Maybe you haven't lived here for 30 years, but maybe you have.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next?
So last but certainly not least, I'm looking for the realtor who has a client-focused approach. You know, what I mean by that is I want them to prioritize my needs and tailor their services according to those needs, right? So whatever it is that I need at whatever time, and I'm not saying, hey, you're working for me 24/7, but I'm saying, hey, if I need something from you, I need you to work in that regard. I'll give you, the services that I'm looking for. I'll give you, the direction on where we want to go, but I still need you to kind of take the charge, and guide me along the process.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I think that still goes back to the communication thing. It's like, and that's why I think it's so important on the communication side is that, hey, I need this from you. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
And so Chad brought up a lot of great points here. And picking an agent, like you wouldn't just pick your cousin because they're an attorney, and you pick your cousin because they're my cousin and they're great. I always say there's C students that are doctors as well. And so, my point on that is not every real estate agent is created equal. Not every team is created equal. So really dive into these questions. We would love you to ask every one of these questions to us and how we can answer them, how we can help you. When you do go into business with us, we do ask these questions to you to make sure that we're all on the same page. So it's super important to understand that not every agent knows what they're doing. Not every agent can handle all these traits that we were talking about. Actually, most can't. When I'm going through these, I was kind of like laughing inside thinking, man, like if someone asks one of these questions, like so a lot of these agents are going to be really put back. They're going to not know what to say. How can we handle this with this responsibility and the marketing and everything and the systems in place? But I know we can, so we would love you to ask those questions. But if you're not using us as a real estate agent, that's perfectly fine. Make sure you ask these questions to them because at the end of the day, we want you to have a good transaction regardless if you use us or not. And I hope these tips help because it's important for us as an industry to uphold the highest professionalism, and we want to hold it up on our end, and hopefully the agent that you use upholds it on their end. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, the right real estate agent for you is going to be somebody who understands your needs, communicates effectively, and has the skills necessary to help you achieve your real estate goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you guys so much for watching this. And if you have any questions whatsoever on any of these traits we talked about or questions about hiring an agent, like I said, even if you're not in this area, please give Chad or myself a call. We would love to help you guys, and hope you're watching next time.